You ever hear an engine so mean it sounds like it wants to fight you? That's the Ford Mustang, an American icon that didn't just enter the muscle car world, it drop-kicked the doors off it. Launched in 1964, this wasn't just a car, it was a revolution. And over the next 6 decades, the Mustang became a shapeshifter, a street bruiser, a track weapon, a Hollywood star, and even, believe it or not, an electric drift monster. But here's the truth. Not all Mustangs are created equal. Some burned rubber on the silver screen. Some won races before breakfast. And one? It literally vanished without a trace, and might be buried in the desert. Today, we're counting down the most legendary, expensive, and elusive Mustangs ever built. From the very first Mustang ever sold, to a forgotten GT 500 tied to a rock star's ghost. These machines didn't just define performance, they defined pop culture. So buckle up. This ride is going to be loud, fast, and full of stories you've never heard. The Ford Mustang has been many things over the decades. A teenage dream, a quarter-mile dominator, a street-legal bat out of hell. And at one point, thanks to a certain movie with Nick Cage, a collector's holy grail. But with so many models, special editions, and fan-favorite customs, how do you know which ones actually mattered? Which Mustangs changed the game? And which were just sticker packages with big talk? To separate the legends from the wannabes, we've dug into auctions, archives, garages, racetracks, and a little Hollywood history. And it all starts in 1964. The very first Mustang rolled off the assembly line in March 1964 and was unveiled a month later at the New York World's Fair. Ford sold 22,000 Mustangs on day one, and by year's end, over 400,000. They didn't just build a car, they created a new class, the pony car. It was affordable, customizable, and it looked fast even when it was parked. But some Mustangs? They didn't just make history, they became myth. 1968 Mustang GT Fastback, Bullet, Steve McQueen, San Francisco. The chase that redefined car chases. That Highland Green 68 Mustang GT wasn't just background noise, it was the star. But here's the wild part. After the movie, the original Bullet car vanished. For decades, it was presumed destroyed. Until 2018, when a guy in Tennessee rolled up the garage door and casually revealed the missing Bullet car. Same body, same dents, and yes, bullet holes still in the metal. In 2020, it went to auction and sold for $3.74 million, making it the most expensive Mustang ever sold. McQueen tried to buy it back before he died. The owner said no. Now, it's immortal. 1967, Shelby GT 500. Eleanor, gone in 60 seconds. Shift gears to 2000. Nick Cage, leather jacket, sleepless eyes, his unicorn, Eleanor. A silver 1967 Shelby GT 500. But here's the twist. It wasn't a real Shelby. It was a movie-built custom, based on a fastback Mustang and styled to look lethal. Yet fans lost their minds. Replica shops exploded overnight. People started building their own until the filmmakers sued people for copyright infringement. That's right. Eleanor's so famous, you legally can't make your own without paying royalties. She's Hollywood's most litigious muscle car. 1965 Shelby GT 350, the track king. Let's talk about a Mustang that didn't need Hollywood to become famous. Carroll Shelby took a regular Mustang fastback and said, "What if we made this thing terrifying?" The 1965 GT 350 was born. Stripped down, tuned up, light as hell, and ready to scream around any racetrack. Only 562 were made, making it rarer than a loyal TikTok trend. If Bullet was cool, the GT 350 was mean. No AC, no frills. Just power, traction, and a V8 that wanted to race everything in sight. 2003 to 2004 SVT Cobra, the Terminator. Nicknamed the Terminator, this Mustang wasn't just another SVT badge. Ford stuffed in a supercharged 390 horsepower V8, independent rear suspension, and enough durability for tuners to take it way past 500 horsepower without blinking. And it wasn't just fast, it was stiff, cornered like a Corvette, looked like trouble. And now, it's one of the most modded and respected Mustangs in car culture. 2000 SVT Cobra R, the Red Rocket. Only 300 were made. No radio, no rear seats, no AC. It was basically Ford saying, "We made this for the track. Don't even think about daily driving it." The 5.4-liter V8 churned out 385 horsepower and screamed to 170 miles per hour. And today, if you find one under $100,000, it's either a fake or a miracle. 2020 Shelby GT 500. The apex predator now, the modern monster. Ford dropped a 760 horsepower supercharged V8 into a street car and gave it a dual clutch transmission that shifts faster than you can think. It's louder than your neighbor's leaf blower and faster than most European exotics. 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. Quarter mile in under 11. And somehow, it's street legal. Quick pit stop. If you're enjoying this ride and haven't hit like or subscribe, your engine might be running rich on bad decisions. Help us feed the algorithm some high-octane fuel. And tell us in the comments, which Mustang is your dream garage centerpiece? Bullet, Eleanor, the Red Rocket, or maybe the electric one coming up in a minute, Jim Morrison's lost 1967 GT 500. Here's a story that sounds like a rock ballad with tire smoke. Jim Morrison, lead singer of The Doors, was reportedly gifted a 1967 GT 500 by Elektra Records. He was often seen blasting it down Sunset Boulevard, shirtless, wild-eyed, probably not sober. But after his death in 1971, the car vanished. No record, no auction, no VIN on file. Just stories, legends, ghost tales. Some say it's buried in the desert. Others say it was stolen and crushed. But to this day, it's one of the most hunted missing Mustangs in the world. 1969. Boss 429, the NASCAR reject. This one's called the Boss for a reason. Ford needed to put their 7.0-liter engine into production to qualify for NASCAR. But it didn't fit in the Mustang, so they re-engineered the front end to make it work, just so they could go racing. Only 859 were built, each one hand-assembled, each one a beast. Today, they go for $500,000 at auction. Big block, big rarity, big flex. 2012, Boss 302, Laguna Seca, a spiritual sequel to the original Trans Am legends. The Laguna Seca edition came with stiffer suspension, a rear seat delete, bracing, and race-ready rubber. It was raw and precise, like if a samurai's sword had wheels. It wasn't the most powerful Mustang, but it handled like it was telepathic. Mustang Mach-E 1400 prototype. Yup, we're ending with an electric Mustang. The Mach-E 1400 is not your grandma's grocery EV. It has 7 motors, yes, 7, and produces 1,400 horsepower. It's built for drift, stunt, and speed. Ford literally made it just to show what electric can do, and it's absurd. It screams like a TIE fighter and corners like a cheetah in zero gravity. From muscle-bound movie cars, to racetrack rockets, to a ghost Mustang that may be rusting in the desert, these Mustangs didn't just push limits. They rewrote the rule book. They were loud, proud, unpredictable, and unforgettable. So whether you dream of Eleanor, Bullet, the Terminator, or something electric that sounds like the future, just remember this. There are cars you drive, and then there are Mustangs.